How's it going, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So listen, we have to go over Palantir in this one, go over some news we got, and talk about their upcoming earnings, which, guys, the clock's ticking. May 5th is when they're reporting, and that is right around the corner. We have to break down what to expect from earnings, again, the news that we just got, and overall what I'm looking to do. But first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe, follow along for more content, and of course, take a sip of your coffee, very important. And with that being said, let's dive into it. So Palantir stock is up over 1% right now. It's almost 1 p.m. on the East Coast, so we're pretty much halfway through the day right now, and we're moving in the right direction, as is the entire stock market. Well, I guess except for the Dow. The Dow's down about 1% after United Health Group reported earnings, and they are tanking right now, guys. Make sure to go check out my first video from today. We covered United Health Group and a bunch of other topics, including Trump, interest rates, Jerome Powell. That's in the first video. But other than the Dow, we have the S&P up about 0.75%. The Russell's up almost 1%, and QQQ's up almost 0.5%. And again, PLTR is moving up over 1%. Now we're back in the mid-90s. And earlier in the pre-market, guys, we were at $95, almost $96 per share, and now we're at $93.75. And we can see the stock took out the highs from the end of March. We did that, I think, on Tuesday. We hit $98, $99 on Tuesday. We took out the highs from the end of March, and that inverse head and shoulders that we called out pretty much fully played out. You can see it right here. That's fantastic. And on the 4-hour chart, you're going to see Palantir is really just one breakout away from going to $100 plus, and maybe a lot further than that, depending on how earnings are on the 5th of May. Let me double check that. It is the 5th of May, right? Yeah, 5th of May after the bell. We are testing, and we got rejected at it a couple days ago on Tuesday, but we're now testing the highs from the end of March. We kind of broke out of them on Tuesday, barely, but I'm waiting for a full-on breakout, guys, which clearly we're not getting that quite yet. Isn't it pretty obvious, right? So if we start pushing $98, $100 plus, we could see this thing go towards $107, $108 pretty quickly. That was the high from the beginning of February. If that breaks, we're talking 115 to 117. At least that's what I'm seeing on these charts. Let me know what you guys are seeing. That's kind of where we struggle to break in the middle of February. Then obviously end of February, we hit 125, the all-time high. We could also be going there, but, you know, obviously that's a bit far away from where we are now. But, yeah, man, all I'm saying is $198 needs to break. At this point, you know, it's a bit of an ascending triangle, if you will, if you want to look at it that way. We are making higher lows into this $98, $100 resistance, which, again, if that breaks, we could be flying on these charts. So let me show you now some news we got, the earnings, what to expect. So let me pull up Palantir's IR really quickly so we can see. So this is the news we got today, the 17th of April. It says, Anthropic joins Palantir's FedStart program to deploy Claude application. If I zoom in a little bit here, we can get a better idea. So Palantir today announced that Anthropic will leverage Palantir's FedStart offering to make Anthropic's Claude application available to the government sector at FedRAMP High and DoD Impact Level 5, which is IL5. You know, that's the security standard that they're going for here. And Anthropic's Claude for Enterprise offering is specifically designed for organizations that are looking for a secure AI solution that scales across cross-functional teams in support of deep work. And Palantir FedStart, if you guys didn't know, is a SaaS offering that helps accelerate federal go-to-market strategies by enabling companies to run their products within Palantir's federal risk and authorization management program, FedRAMP, and impact level accredited environment. And FedStart provides a seamless pathway for companies to achieve compliance and scale their operations within the government sector. Through FedStart, Anthropic will be able to start offering Claude in the coming months to millions of federal government employees, enabling them to utilize Claude to enhance their efficiency in writing, analyzing data, and solving complex problems. So that's big news, guys. Big news, and Anthropic's Claude application will be hosted on Google Cloud. This deployment leverages a multi-cloud strategy with an ability to use multiple cloud inference services like Amazon Bedrock and Google Cloud's Vertex AI. Palantir's FedStart enables Anthropic to offer the government access to cutting-edge accredited solutions across multiple cloud platforms for enhanced operational flexibility while maintaining the highest security and compliance standards. That's exciting, guys. Very good news there regarding that. And looking here on this page, this will show us now what analysts are saying, price targets, and of course, what to expect from earnings, which is what we all want to see. Let's see what analysts are saying right now. So analyst recommendations, based on 25 of them, we have one saying it's a sell, right? One sell rating, 4 underperform ratings, and then we have 16 hold ratings. A lot of hold ratings, which that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not in the underperform category or sell, right? I'm not selling this stock. Full disclosure, I'm long, but I'm not buying it now either. I'm not saying it's a buy or a strong buy for that matter, and it seems like we have 2 buys, maybe 1 strong buy. So yeah, I'm not loading up on the stock. I'm not selling it either. I'm holding it. So I tend to agree there with the analysts on Wall Street. And look at these price targets, man. They're all over the place. Well, I guess one of them super low. I don't know what the other low or what, the broad range of price targets here is. This really just shows us the average, the low, the high, and the current. So the low price target on Wall Street right now is $18 a share. Think about that. That's nuts. That would be under my average cost of $21 a share. If it got to 18, man, that would be nuts. Who knows, right? The high is $125, which is right by that all-time high, and the average is $87 a share. That's slightly under where we are now at $93 per share. You guys can see that. So we are more towards the higher end of the analyst price target range, which, I mean, you guys know me. I'm not going to invest or sell or do anything irrational based on analysts, but it is fun looking at them, what they're seeing, and, 125 is the high, 18 is the low. Quite the range there on Wall Street there. Excuse me, guys. And looking at earnings, based on 17 analysts here, the average estimate for this upcoming quarter they're going to report for 13 cents for EPS. The low estimate's 12 cents. The high is 15 cents. And last year they did 8 cents in the same quarter. Pretty insane there, guys. So pretty good growth year over year, EPS-wise and revenue-wise. Look at this. Based on 18 analysts, the average estimate for revenue is $871 million. The low is $853. The high is over $1 billion. Imagine if they did $1 billion of sales, guys, which is not really expected here. But if they did $1 billion, that stock price would probably explode. That's the reality because, again, the average is $870. That's the average estimate for revenue. If they came in at over $1 billion, that'd be nuts. But that's the high estimate. And a year ago, they did $635 million of revenue. So Palantir is expecting 37% revenue growth year over year. Not bad at all, guys. Pretty good, if you ask me. And yeah, I mean that's the position we're in right now. The stock, you could argue, is overvalued. I think the P's in the hundreds right now. But you have to realize a lot of these big tech growth companies that are much bigger than Palantir, when they were in the younger stages or earlier stages of business, think Amazon, a lot of these, big tech players, their PEs were out of whack too. They were uninvestable, quote unquote, to the value investor who only looks at PE and super cheap companies, and they grew into that valuation. The Amazons of the world, the Googles, the this, the that, right? They had crazy valuations at one point where, when those companies were trading at much cheaper market caps, and a lot of people passed up on them, just because of the high valuation. But if you have that long-term mentality, you see the vision and where Palantir is going to go, you can easily look past that high valuation and be like, okay, I know this company is going to be $1 trillion, for example, one day. Obviously, we don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but if you're able to look past the price to earnings ratio and be like, okay, a lot of these big tech giants also had this problem of a super high P in the early stages, but they grew into it. If you're able to look past it, Palantir, you're going to be fine on it. And full disclosure, again, I'm long this stock. You got to do your own research, though, of course, as always. I'm in at $21 per share, so I have a lot of gains baked in right now, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable. But would I buy the stock now? Probably not, because I already have a good position. I'm up so much on it, but if it were to collapse somehow, maybe down to like 50, 60, 70 bucks. All right, at that point, I would consider adding some more, but for now, in the mid 90s, I'm fine. I'm holding on to what I have, and I'm excited for earnings. I'm going to wait and see how earnings look, in a couple of weeks, see how the trade war plays out, which that's still obviously full in effect. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and join the free email stock newsletter. I send out my top stocks weekly. Did I say it's free? Yeah, it's free, guys. So use that link down below. Put your first name and your email address, and boom, you're in there. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.